He loves adventure. As a kid, was always out riding his bike, climbing trees. He was raised in Yarra Glen, so it's a semi-rural area, and he was always out doing things, getting dirty, swimming in the river, whatever he could get up to.
Stefan's very determined, and he is quite introverted, but he's also can be very much an extrovert as well. He can be quite stubborn, and when he sets his mind to something, he 100% gives it his all.
Mum always said you shouldn't compare yourself to others, just be happy and content in life. I've never been able to understand that or practice that in the real world. And I've looked at many people, I'm sure you have, and just thought, wow, they have their life together. They have a beautiful car, beautiful house, they're so well off. They're admired and loved by everyone. And just like you, I've wondered, how do they have all that? Is it luck? Like, what steps do I have to take to be a winner in life? For most of my existence, I've never felt good enough. Having some kind of anxiety or insecurity in a social setting, not wanting to go to the shops, feeling depressed with suicidal thoughts. So yeah, about 10 years ago I started hiking daily, just getting out into nature, just exploring the world around me, trying to discover new things, learn new things about myself and see the world in a different way. And it really started to help me with my mental health. So I sat down and came up with the idea, where can I have an opportunity where I can learn and develop and grow in an achievement that's never been completed or documented before, while testing my physical capabilities and my mental resilience in nature.
When I first heard that you were going to do 30 Ks every day for 30 days, it's a lot. As someone that loves bushwalking and exercise, especially for mental health, I feel like it's really important, but that's pretty extreme, and that's just crazy. I've never heard of anyone doing that far for that many days in a row, so I can't wait to see how it goes. But you know,
I thought that it is pretty interesting because I'm very into sport and like activities, especially running and jogging. And yeah, everyone would think that it's hard. It could be impossible to do that, but I was very optimistic. Actually, it was kind of inspiring for me. I was like, oh, if I did have more time, I could do that.
So I'm going to need a way that I can document this challenge, this 30-day challenge. So I need to put some science behind this, some cold hard facts. So I've gone and spoken to a doctor and got some doctor's advice, and also I've taken my blood test. So I had my blood test results come back. Well, lucky for me, she was really gentle when taking the blood, and it was nice and quick. So yeah, I had my iron levels tested, all my vitamin levels tested, which came back normal. My cholesterol levels were quite high, which is quite normal for my family genetics.
Zinc, sugar levels were low, which was great. Calcium was above average. Protein levels were normal. Magnesium, sodium, potassium, so all the BCAAs were good. So daily, I'm going to run a GPS tracker on Gaia Maps. I'm going to fill out a sheet every day signaling my pace and how long it took me to do each walk. Also daily, I'm going to step on the scales and record my weight to see if there's been any changes. Also, I'm going to run a food and water diary every single day. So I will give updates daily on what my food and nutrition intake is like. And also I'll be filling out of 10, my mental health rating. 10 feeling fantastic, 1 feeling not wanting to get out of the bed, and the exact same for my physical rating as well. So we're gonna need to set some rules for this challenge. So the number 1 rule is obviously I have to walk 30 kilometers every day for 30 days. Rule number 2 is I must document every up and down of this challenge, either emotional or physical, including all my scientific physical measurements. 3, I'm allowed 1 cheat day, but I must make up for it and make it 31 days. I must also get a medical certificate from a doctor saying why I can't complete that 1 day, but I have to make up for it and make it 31 days. Apart from that, that's it. 30 kilometers in 30 days. Let's see how we go.
Well, I thought if anyone could do it, he was definitely going to be the only one that could do it, because I couldn't even remotely dream of doing that. I thought, how would he have the time to do that? Because I would never have the time to do that. Well, I wouldn't make the time to do that. So I was inspired, I was encouraged, and I was very proud of him.
Some of my favourite subjects at school were history, geography, psychology and philosophy. I've always had the philosophy that our body is a vessel, it's a machine, and our consciousness and our awareness is what controls that. So in reality, my thoughts are, all is what I am is awareness, and I let whatever I want into my own awareness and my own thoughts, and that controls my body, my vessel, my machine. The only thing that can be holding me back would be injury, and if you can't overcome that injury, then obviously it'd be hard to do a challenge like this. But if not, get control of your thoughts and your awareness, and you can do anything that you put your mind to in life. All right, day 1 complete. Mentally feeling really good. Give myself a good 10 out of 10. Physically, my lower back is a little bit tight and my calves are a little bit tight, but I had a week off just trying to regenerate for this next 30 days for what's about to come. Take that off. So I did today's walk in, I weigh 99 kilos. I did today's walk in 5.7 kilometre hour pace. So I was doing a kilometre in every 10 minutes and a half. I did 30 kilometres and 30 metres, and I did it in 5 hours and 14 minutes. So the good old GPS tracker, Gaia. I'll go more into the way this works and some of the key features later on in the 30 days. Elevation of around nearly 350 meters, so not too bad going up and down. But day one complete. Let's bring on day two.
I initially thought if there was anybody up for the challenge, it was Steph. This bloke is a machine. He can, like 30 Ks is nothing. He can probably go 200 for all I know.
Oh, it's raining. Mentally, I feel like I don't want to get out of bed. Physically, my body's all sore and swollen. Here, I'll show you outside the window. It's got puddles of water everywhere. Oh well. We've got to get up and do this. This challenge is I have to walk 30 kilometres every day for 30 days. Rain, hail or shine, in all different environments and climates. It's truly exciting. I'm warm, but I'm wet. And it's turned into hail. It's hailing now. Oh, what an eventful day. So my wife was sitting in that chair yesterday and now it's just completely surrounded by water. Oh, and then the sun ended up coming out and now we're home. So let's do our tick list. Say hello to our boy Max. Hello Max. Hello Baba. Hello gorgeous boy. How are you? Daddy's home. You're a good boy, eh? Hello. Hello. Alright, so let's fill out. So we did the tick list this morning. My body this morning my back was really, really tight and my calf was really tight, but it seemed to have loosened up on the walk. I weighed in at 99 kilos this morning. Now, looking at my mobile and the GPS, I did it in a pace of 5.3 kilometers per hour, and I did it in 5 hours and 46 minutes. Day 2 done. Let's get on to day 3.
When I initially heard about Stefan wanting to do his challenge, I thought he's crazy. 30 days, 30 kilometres every day. It's a big commitment, but I knew that he'd be able to handle it. He's a very determined sort of person, and once he puts his mind to something, he'll complete it.
we did 30 kilometers at 800 meters, and we did it in 5 hours and 44 minutes, and we did it in a pace of 5.2. So a little bit slower, but obviously with filming and talking, it's taking a bit longer. So tick another one off the list. Day 4, here we come, let's do it.
I thought Stefan was crazy. I thought it was very extreme what he was setting out to achieve, and straight away I thought, how's he going to have the time? How's he going to juggle this with day-to-day life? And I guess I went into that fear mode of thinking, my gosh, how is he going to do this?
You can think of the 4 elements: air, water, earth and fire. Be like water and flow in and out of conversations. Be strong, be solid, but be flexible and always moving with the times. I'm feeling really, really good today. My body, my mind, I think I'm really finding my groove. I haven't probably gone into how much I love nature and how much I love hiking, like daily, if not weekly. Obviously, I normally don't do 30 kilometers every day, but I just love exploring, finding new trails and tracks, discovering new places, towns, seeing things I haven't seen before, looking at the way the land moves up and down and the water goes through the land. I love watching how water moves through the land and finds little pockets of ponds and trees and animals, and it just really, really inspires me. And you know, to see that working harmony and that balance that nature has is a really good reflection on the way that I want to live, with my 4 values of peace, love, respect and honesty. It was a really good walk. I was up and about. I didn't do too much sightseeing. I just sort of tried to smash it out. I did a 6.1 kilometer hour pace, and I did it in a total of 4 hours and 54. So actually it was 1 hour faster, but I was really dedicated and motivated to finishing. So you ask, what are all these stats for? In the end of these 30 days is I'm going to compile them all and do an average. So I'm going to do an average of what my pace has been, the total time, all my wellness, how much weight I've lost and everything like that. So it'll be really interesting to see those stats after the 30 days. So day 4 done. Let's do it. Day 5.
As a person, I think if anyone was going to be able to do the 30Ks every day for 30 days, it would be him. Doing the Oxfam 100Ks multiple times. Look, if he puts his mind to it, there's no stopping it. If he says he's going to do it for 30 days every day, it's going to happen. There's no two ways about that at all.
So I'm really struggling today, mentally. It's day 5 and it's starting to make me think that this is a lot more to do. This 30-day challenge has a lot more than just the physical aspect to it. So walking 5 to 6 hours every day alone by yourself is really testing my way of thinking and whether my thoughts serve me, and whether, you know, my self-worth is there. And it's really pushing my mental resilience to want to be able to cope and think positively about myself, not having that social interaction. And yeah, it's testing. It's going to be a real opportunity to grow and think about, you know, different ways to be mindful and practice self-awareness, and hopefully be able to take that into the real world. Yeah.
Okay, so I completed today's walk in a pace of 5.6 kilometers per hour, and I did the total walk in 5 hours and 25 minutes. So a little bit slower than yesterday, but not too much slower. All right, that's another day done. Let's bring on day 6.
Biggest challenge on doing this challenge was going to be, I reckon, is just being able to sustain doing it daily. You know, like there'll become a point where after, you know, 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days of being alone and being, you know, at one with your thoughts, that it may become a little bit difficult to find the motivation to continue. But I hope that he, you know, reaches out to, you know, people like myself, to other people, you know, and finds it, you know, within himself that, you know, he's not doing it for other people's gratification and satisfaction, that he's doing it for his own, you know, his own benefit and his own gains, and for his unborn child.
Oh, I'm feeling a lot better today. I had a little bit of a sleep in, which was good. It let my body recover. But day 6, do you know, in Australia, that 1 in 4 young people experience a mental health difficulty. But there is even a bigger issue. 70% of those who need help, they don't even get it. Did you know, after our families and friends, the internet is the first place a lot of young people turn to for information and support? That's where reachout.com has been fantastic for me to access mental health support, and they've been doing it for over 20 years. Reachout.com is Australia's most accessed online mental health service. So if you or someone you know is having difficulty with mental health, check out reachout.com. It's a free service that's available anytime online for your support. Alrighty, my mental health and physical health today is feeling really good. It's a high 10. So I slept in actually. I thought I'd give that a go and start my walk around 12. And I finished at 5, so I had a pace of 6 kilometers an hour. So I walked for a total of 5 hours and 1 minute. So yeah, I had a good 10-hour sleep. I've lost 3 kilos, so that's also fantastic news. So let's bring on day 7, 1 week. Here we go, day 6 complete.
Obviously walking 30 kilometers every day is going to have a huge toll on your body physically, your mind mentally. I think maybe getting out of bed every day thinking, God, I'm going to go do this again. It's not just a really quick, easy, you know, relaxing walk. Like that must take like a lot of, you know, like dedication. Yeah, pulling yourself out of bed every day and going 30 Ks, let's do it. That's hard.
What a beautiful day. Bit overcast now. Well, day 7, we made it. To tell you the truth, even with all my training and walking, I didn't think I would make it to 3 days in a row. I thought my body wouldn't be able to withhold 3 days of walking 30 kilometers every day. But the body's an amazing thing. The body's adapting, and check out these cows. There's just so many of them. Green rolling hills for as long as the eye can see. So yeah, it's just becoming more of a mental battle, getting up every morning, getting remotivated, restarted, and then obviously trying to unwind. Nearly stood on that snake. It's a big brown snake. I don't want to get too close and film it, but it's a big one. Holy moly, that scared me. It blended right in with the road as well. It was the exact same colour as that. Good thing about snakes, just walking in the middle of nowhere, good thing about snakes is if you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. So obviously it just watched what I wanted to do and I wasn't interested. I just kept walking off. Sorry. All right, let's get back to it.
About philosophy, and he loves to talk about nature, and something that I love seeing him doing, not only this documentary but his YouTube videos, getting you all out into nature, is that he's so incredibly passionate, and that really does come through when he does these things, because he's very much in his element. And I think that we all need to learn something from him, that we need to do things that we're passionate about.
So earlier in the documentary I spoke about awareness and how we're awareness inside a vessel, our consciousness, our awareness. And I was thinking that when we identify ourselves, we're identifying that as in dualism, so in two parts. So we're identifying that there is our self, our awareness, and then we're identifying that there's a construct, so an image of ourselves. So that's ourself looking at ourselves in a third person, or as in another being. So we have our ego, or we have our consciousness, we have our insecurities and anxieties. So when we're being anxious or having insecurity or an anxiety, that's us looking at our personality, our character. We're identifying ourselves as a second person. So we all have egos, and we all have insecurities, and we all have anxieties, which is fear, rooted in fear. So that's when we're associating ourselves in that second person, so which is all just a defensive mechanism to protect ourselves. But in this real society, in this modern day civilization, we don't need that fear of that self, and we don't need to create that ego, but we all do it to protect ourselves. So yeah, really getting deep and meaningful on today's walk. All right, what a beautiful day on the trail today. Really enjoyed today. We did it at a pace of 5.3 kilometers per hour. We did the 30 kilometers and we did it in a total of 5 hours and 45 minutes. So day 8 complete. Let's bring on day 9.
In terms of physical challenges, yes, sometimes, like, you know, your shoes might not be right after wearing the same pair of shoes for a few days. It might get like a little bit stiffer, or you might have some blisters after the first few days that, you know, after a week it makes it harder to go. but it will settle down, your body will definitely get used to it.
We did today in a 6 kilometre hour pace. So we walked 30 kilometres and 20 metres, 10-minute kilometres, and 5 hours and 1 minute we finished it all in. So really beautiful walk today. Day 9 done. Let's bring on day 10.
I think mentally Stefan's up to the challenge. He, like I said before, he's very determined, so he'll just make sure that he finishes it, and whatever he promises, he'll make good on that. I think physically, after a while, he'll probably get a little bit bored with it, and not another day, 30 kilometres. He would probably want to do something different with that challenge and maybe incorporate something else into it. So it will be a bit of a hard slog as he gets towards the end, but I'm sure he'll finish the challenge.
Oh, here we are, day 10. Woo! Oh, like I said, I didn't think I would make it to day 3, but we've made it. We're just about to have a quick rest. We're at the 15k mark and we've done it in 2 hours and 25 minutes. So a really good pace. I often get philosophical and think quite a lot when I'm walking by myself, and I wonder what was it like to live thousands of years ago or centuries ago. Was it easier or was it harder? Don't get me wrong, technology is great, like medicine, healthcare systems, the ability to travel from one country to another, contact a lover or family member or friend by the phone. But we use our phones, technology, electricity, engines every single second of the day. Even whilst we sleep, it's something's running in the background. We've lost that primordial nomadic instinct, that natural behaviour that's all within inside of us. So day 10 complete. We did today's walk in 5 hours and 15 minutes and we did it at a pace of 5.8 kilometers per hour. Mentally I'm feeling really good, but my 2 feet, left and right one, both have little blisters on the toes, which is quite interesting because I'm on day 10, and you think that if I was to get blisters, it would be on day 1, but I can put it down to one thing. So blisters like heat, friction and moisture, and my feet have gotten used to the heat and the friction, but because it's starting to warm up, I think it's the moisture, I'm starting to sweat a little bit more. So I might start changing my socks. I haven't been changing them, I've only had spare socks. So apart from that, dinner tonight, having yummy fajita bowls. So I do love grain bowls, just a mixture of like vegetables and meats, proteins and grains. So yeah, let's get on to day 11. Day 10 complete.
With challenges, I don't think there's many challenges that you can chuck in Stefan's way. He's dedicated to what he does, and he just loves it. He loves getting outdoors, and the more you can chuck him out there, the better off he is. More in his environment, I suppose you could say.
Good morning, day 11. Just having our morning coffee. We just did our morning tick list. So mental health, you know, it was really hard to get out of bed this morning. I really didn't want to get out of bed. I was enjoying the warmth and the relaxation. Physical health, so I'm going to go into my shoe and sock selection right now and what I've been doing over for the last 10 years. My feet, I have blisters and I have a swollen ankle, and my calves have got like little pins and needles like stabbing in them. So yeah, my body's starting to deteriorate, which is what I expected. All right, so let's quickly move on to the shoes that I have here. So for the last 10 years, I've just hiked with Merrells. Daily, I'll just hike with these. They've got excellent grip, they're waterproof, and they're pretty much indestructible. For long endurance hikes, I use Asics. These are the, what are these ones? These are the Kayanos. They're full of gel, they're very well supported, they're very comfortable, they're very, very durable, and they're a very well reputable brand. I also have another variation of the Asics here as well, the exact same, a really good aqua gel foam, good supportive shoe. So I'm looking for something that's got gel, that's going to take the impact away, and that's going to give me really good support through the arches and a nice wide foot. So normally I choose a shoe that is a half a size larger than my normal foot, just because when you walk, your feet will swell due to the heat. So I try and choose shoes that are going to be a little bit bigger. So when it comes to sock selection, I like to choose natural fibers, ones that are going to dry quickly, absorb the moisture, and are going to be soft and plump and will retain their form for a lot longer. So like wools and stuff like that, or like I use bamboo. So I always double layer my socks, so I'll have a layer of bamboo socks and then I'll have a nice sports sock on top. Now, what that does is obviously creates extra friction, but it helps separate the moisture. This is the way I've contemplated in my own head, and it also helps the friction. It eases it as it's not just one source hitting the shoe. So remember, blisters like 3 things, that's heat, moisture, and friction.
So another day set and gone. Day 11 done as the sun sets. Still got the skin cracking on the toes and blisters forming in between my big toes and little toes. I put some Fixamal strapping tape on there. Today's walk, I've done it in a pace of 5.5 kilometers per hour, and I did the walk in a total of 5 hours and 28 minutes. Day 11 complete. Let's bring on day 12.
Stefan is actually not a sook. He deals with pain very well, in my opinion. So, you know, he has definitely put his body through a lot. He's been hiking for a long time now, and he's done Oxfam multiple times, pushed himself through terrible blisters and pain, and he can be sick and not complain, so he's definitely not a sook.
Good morning again. So last night was the first night that I woke up during the night and my feet were stinging. Like, I never had that before with blisters. Like, the blisters were burning. So I'll strap them this morning. It's a beautiful sunny day, and yeah, I'll strap them and I'll have a good stretch.
Alrighty, so it was hot today. I shouldn't have wore that beanie, but I did a sock change, which was good, and a shoe change. And the power of the mind, I had the 2 blisters, and I fully strapped them, but I wanted to get home really quick, so I pushed myself really, really fast. I ended up doing today in the fastest time that we've done it in. I did it in a pace of 6.4 kilometers per hour. We did just over 30 kilometers. We did 30 kilometers and 60 meters, but we did it in 4 hours and 40 minutes. So really, really quick. Obviously, I had a quick break when I changed my gear, my socks and shoes, but apart from that, mentally feeling really good. I think the blisters are an interesting one, but they worked well today. I just pushed right through it. Day 11 complete. Day 12 complete. All jumbling into one. Let's do it.
With the determination comes the planning. So he loves the planning process, getting it all together and ticking all those boxes to make sure that he's ready for the challenge.
All right, day done. Day 13, day 14 starting tomorrow. So let's go over some of today's stats. So I finished today a lot slower than yesterday, 50 minutes slower. It was due to a lot of stuffing around. I had to re-strap, my blisters were really, really sore, and I had to change my socks and start again after I'd done the 15K. So finished it in 5.4 kilometers per hour and did it in 5 hours and 38 minutes. But mentally feeling really good and really pumped and excited to start tomorrow. So let's go have some dinner and get ready for tomorrow. Day 13 complete. Woo! Day 14. Let's do it. it is vital that you know, if you're going on a little expedition for yourself, that you know how to use a compass and you know how to use a paper map, and you always take a paper map of the area with you. So it's important to pick a GPS tracker that can be one, waterproof, dust, mud, drop resistant, strong. You want it to have an excellent display, so it shows you everything from trails, tracks, roads, water, because you need to find water, mountains, incline, decline, all those little variations. Battery life is important. You want it to be able to last on its own for at least a minimum of 2 to 3 days without a recharge. A month if you can get one, if you can expend the money. Now, obviously, you don't want it to be reliant on internet coverage connection as well. So one that doesn't need the internet. Now, for the purpose of this challenge, this documentary, I'm using Gaia GPS. Now, I'm walking on well-sealed trails, paths and roads. I'm not going off into remote areas. So battery life, I've got a charger with me. It's highly functional in the sense that it can track my pace, the distance that I'm walking, the 30 kilometers. So it's working perfectly for that purpose. Also, it can do obviously the record function. It has all the detailed maps, trails, tracks, water, everything I can find along the way. It also does coordinates, sunrise and sunset, and it can save a whole history as well. So obviously there are a lot of different apps you can get on your phone, but Gaia is quite popular among hikers and has been around for quite a long time. I've used it for as long as I can remember, and it hasn't failed me since. Look at that, beautiful blue skies in the background and raining now. It's only a light drizzle, but still raining. Complete. Let's bring on day 15. Woo.
The other important challenge, I would say, it's going to be Melbourne weather. If you're in Victoria, so you have to expect anything. And you know, sometimes if it's windy, it might make it a little bit harder to finish your 30Ks, but if your mind is there, you will do that.
Day 15. Whoa, didn't think we'd make it. All right, so the supplements, let's talk about food and nutrition quickly. So the supplements I've been taking are from an awesome company called True. They do Australian made, Australian owned products, vegan friendly, gluten free, no added sugar, high protein. I've got electrolytes, which are absolutely fantastic. And we've got all the BCAAs like sodium, potassium, magnesium, protein chocolate, protein coconut bars, and a really good protein powder. So that's been fueling me on this journey. So what do I eat on my walks? I have like trail mix, protein bars, so like nuts, stuff like that. That's just quick, easy and light and high in nutrition. But yeah, just something light, nutritious. I try not eat too much. I don't want to be too heavy and feel too overwhelmed with food. And I love to chew gum. I always chew some gum as I'm walking. Well, it was only 2 minutes ago, it was blue skies, and I was talking about the supplements and the food I like to eat, and now it's raining. Almost finished, just under 5, around 5k to go. All right, so we finished today in a pace of 6.1 kilometers per hour in 4 hours and 53 minutes. And it rained for the last 10 5Ks, but it was beautiful sunny weather beforehand. So halfway complete. Let's do it. Another 15 days to go. Day 16 tomorrow. Woo!
The biggest challenge, I think, will be how he's feet and his body will cope. But also just having the motivation to keep going every day and spending that amount of time on your own every day.
Day 16. What a weird day weather-wise. Rained all morning, all night. Only spat on this walk, but yeah, just struggling again with my own thoughts. You know, just feeling upset and just trying to figure out, you know, yeah, my own thoughts, and trying to stay positive and trying not to always go to the negative. And yeah, just one of those days. Could be the weather, could be me. Alright, day 16 done. Well, my pace definitely reflects my mood, and I definitely walk a lot slower when I'm feeling down. So today I had an average pace of 5.1 kilometers per hour, and I finished in a total of 5 hours and 51 minutes. So yeah, a lot slower. I think today was actually the slowest that I'd walked, but could have been just, you know, the weather as well. It's quite wet and rainy, and my feet and socks got wet really early in the piece. So yeah, could be any of that. Day 16 complete. Bring on day 17. Every day we wake up with doubts, fears, insecurities, those negative thoughts. It's all about finding that sort of flow state, giving yourself a mantra, and some positive law of attraction, some thoughts. So today I thought we'd focus on all the little things, and we'd focus on all the positive things and exciting things that I've seen and that have happened along this journey so far. Some exciting things and some really impactful things that have happened is the connection that's been made between people within the community, and that impact that it's had, you know, of people sending lovely messages of support and encouragement, but the inspiration that it's giving them to go out for a walk each day, and they're trying hiking for the first time, or they've reinvented that love for it for them, and hearing those messages of, you know, it's helping people with mental health and getting outside and going for a walk has really been one of the most exciting and impactful things, and I think that's what it's all about, is bringing people together in a community and getting them out into nature, in enjoying the basic simple things in life, like walking, and how it can just invigorate your mind and your body in a real positive way. One of the other really exciting things that's happened along this journey has been the amount of animals. I think every day I've seen a different type of animal. I know obviously I've seen the eastern brown snake, which was really quite scary, but looking back on that was incredibly lucky and grateful for seeing that, and that I'm okay. The koala, to know that the koala has come back into the environment, especially after our national parks all burnt down on Black Saturday, and a lot of animals were either relocated or passed away. So to be able to see a koala, which I haven't seen since I was 5 years old, in the wild, was fantastic. So definitely the animals. Every day I'm seeing hundreds of thousands of cows, echidnas, rabbits, wallabies and kangaroos. So it's definitely being able to connect and see the beautiful Australian flora and fauna. So yeah, incredibly grateful for all your support and all your well wishes. So yeah, much love and happy hiking. Yeah, so 5.3 kilometers per hour was my pace. 30 kilometers and 630 meters, and 5 hours and 48 minutes. Elevation of 324 meters.
Day 17 done. Woo, let's bring on day 18.
When it comes to challenges, 30 k's a day time would definitely be a factor. Family, not so much daylight, coming into daylight saving. You know, all the tracks, availability of those.
Here and now I evoke the elemental force of water, the fluid of infinite shapes and forms, flowing source of adaptability, emotion and life. I seek the pure spring from within, that I might drink deep of change, relationship, nourishment and grace. I call you forth to wash away all that needlessly binds, and to move fluidly in this world, ocean and river, ripple and rain. Alright, so a really awesome day on the trail today. We finished today in a pace of 5.4 kilometers per hour, and we did it in 5 hours and 39 minutes. Really enjoyed today's walk, found a beautiful waterfall. So day 18 done. Let's cross that off the list. Let's bring on day 19. Woo! Day 19 today. Really feeling good. Like, I'm absolutely loving, like, I love to walk daily, if not weekly as it is, but like, this has just reinvigorated my passion for nature and for walking. Since day 10, up to day 10, it was a bit like it was a grind. It was like, oh, you know, day 30 seems so far away, but Now I'm on day 19. I feel fantastic. I got another blister today. Very, very strange. Why is it strange? Because I've walked 100 kilometers with only getting one blister. I've walked 60 kilometers, 70 kilometers without getting a blister at all. But today, 30 kilometers, day 19, getting a blister. So they don't discriminate. It doesn't matter whether your feet are conditioned or not. You will still get blisters, but obviously prevention is the key. So yeah, feeling really good. And so we finished today's walk. Really slow, 5.2 kilometers per hour. We got some Subway. Did you know that Subway, there is more Subway franchises in the whole world than any other takeaway franchise? So yeah, we finished today in a total of 5 hours and 48 minutes. We stopped for what felt like half an hour. Spending a couple of days down here, and I'm gonna go to a few really beautiful spots along Australia's beautiful coastline. So yeah, another day done. Another beautiful day done on the trail. Day 19 complete. Let's bring on day 20. Day 20. Oh, 2/3 of the way. Feeling amazing mentally. Physically, still got the swollen ankle, about 4 blisters, and the stabbing in the calves. What is the point of it all? What is our purpose? Why are we here on Earth? Obviously it's, you know, to make babies and have a family. But is that it? We're just never content with living in the moment. We're always looking for that next thing. We're constantly consuming, always wanting more at some expense, buying material objects, looking for social gratification, thinking all of that will give us happiness. Finding worth in money, not in the present moment, just spending it like we waste our time. Maybe it's all about how do we get from A to B. I'm starting to realize it's all about being present in the moment, practicing that mindfulness and that happiness and that gratitude. You can literally find so many walks out there. There is great organisations everywhere. In Victoria, we have Bushwalking Victoria. We have, in Australia, the Great Walks magazine. We have the Top Walks books. We have the Wild magazine. We have victoriawalks.com.au. Great Walks and Wild magazine are fantastic. They all promote, you know, hiking, camping, everything to do with the outdoors, giving you excellent information. So walking can be done for everyone. It's a great thing, just being present and practicing that mindfulness and connection with nature and discovering new things. Wow, what a day. Day 20 complete. So great news is I got my first ever newspaper article published today. So it's titled Hiking for Mental Health. So yes, so happy, so proud to be able to share hiking and the experiences that I've learnt over my time. So today we did a walk in 6 hours and 6 minutes. It was really slow, but I took my time. I did a lot of filming, I did a lot of photography. I really enjoyed the experience. I did a trail that I haven't done before. We it in a pace of 4.9 kilometers per hour. All right, day 20 done. Woo! Day 20 done. Bring on day 21.
Running for me, it's kind of meditation, so it helps with my mental situation if I'm having a really hard day, or sometimes I do it very early in the morning if I know that I'm having a really busy day ahead or hard day ahead. I do it early in the morning, so basically I get my mind into that kind of setting. I feel much fitter and better at the end of the run. Sweating definitely helps to get, like, you know, all the poisons and, like, you know, negative energies out of your body.
I did not think we'd make it. Keep saying that, but we're on the home stretch now and feeling amazing. Really enjoyed my last couple of days down at the beach. Yeah, now feeling really, really good. Bumped into Mum, day 21. How you going, Mum? As Mum films me, I'm filming her. So we just got 1 kilometre to go, and really beautiful walk today. How are you going? How's your day been?
Oh, great.
Thanks for coming to meet me.
After dropping you off, and then I went back home to Loch.
Yep.
Met up with a friend for lunch.
Awesome. Oh, what a beautiful walk. Today we completed it in 5 hours and 24 minutes in a pace of 5.6 kilometers per hour. It was really beautiful to be down at Gippsland visiting my mum for the last couple of days and doing some walks along the beach on a rail trail. So yeah, now really pumped up and about. Day 21 complete. Bring on day 22.
I have no doubt that Stefan will be able to finish this challenge because he's the only person that I know, literally the only person that I know, that has all of the ingredients and all of the skills necessary to do it. You know, it's 30 kilometres. He's walked 100 kilometres in one hit, so there's no reason why he can't do 30 kilometres for 30 days. So I wish him all the best and I congratulate him for doing it.
What a beautiful day. Such a beautiful walk today. It was really good to you know, just get some really good sunshine. We haven't had this kind of weather in a while. It's been quite wet. So today I did 30 kilometers and 50 meters, and I did it in 5 hours and 58 minutes, but there was a lot of photography, a lot of, you know, just dilly-dallying, like talking to neighbors, just, yeah, stuffing around. So did it in an average moving speed of 5.3 kilometers per hour. But a beautiful day, day 22 done. Beautiful day 22 complete. We're on day 23.
May not have the hours in the day. Could be that he's overtired, just doesn't feel like getting up and walking that far. He might have other things on. So 30 days, it's quite a lengthy period of time to be doing 30 kilometres every day. So I think that would probably be the biggest challenge.
Day 23. Ooh, in a lot of pain today. My feet and like just killing me for some reason, like just really sore. And my muscles are twitching like on and off as well, which is really strange. At the start of the documentary, I had my favourite quote pop up: "Don't live the same year 75 times and call it a life." So let's get philosophical again on these walks, and let's talk a little bit about identity. So as an adult, when we grow up, our thoughts, feelings, emotions, behaviours, our actions, our reactions, our beliefs, our values, how we act in particular scenarios and situations, everything we do is all predetermined by our paradigms. And you ask, oh, what's a paradigm? Well, from the ages of 0 to 7, that's when all those things are learnt, and they're all taught behaviours. Because as a child, we're only scared of two things: being dropped and really loud noises. So everything from then on is taught and learnt from our parents, or from the environment, or from social factors, and we carry those through our lives into our adulthood, and also our fears as well. And what happens is we end up sometimes just living in this endless cycle of misery, insecurity, fear, not having knowledge on certain things, or always living with the same knowledge. Now, if you really want to learn and progress and accomplish certain goals, or, you know, not feel awkward or anxious around certain people or things, the only way to change that is to understand what your paradigm is, and really understand what you've been taught and what you truly believe. Take a moment to be what I would say the observer of your mind, and observe your thoughts and think, is that right? Is that wrong? Is this all just a make-believe story that I'm telling myself in my own head? And am I living with that? Well, that was the philosophical thought of the day. Oh, I love it. Paradigms. So, day 23. We finished today in a pace of 5.1 kilometers per hour, and we did it in a real slow pace again, 5 hours and 53 minutes. My muscles and bones and feet were aching today more than they have over this whole journey so far. They was twitching, and everything was like, the muscles were twitching. It was really painful. So day 23. Bring on day 24.
Truthfully, I don't know if it's achievable. I think Stefan will give it his absolute all, and he'll be very determined to finish. I just think that it's an incredible challenge, and I do worry about how he'll cope physically, mentally, and also, you know, trying to juggle it with maintaining the property, working and everything. So hopefully, I hope that he does and I give him my support, but I do worry about how realistic it is for him to achieve.
Good morning. Morning of day 24. So my feet, the soles of my feet are burning and I've just gotten out of bed. Like the muscles are tight and sort of like, yeah, just tight, but the feet and around the toes are all on fire. So hopefully when I warm up and get moving, I'll be all right. So mentally feeling really good, but physically not feeling that good. Absolutely feel amazing. Feet were so sore this morning and last night, like burning. But it's obviously just a distraction from how good I actually do feel. And all right, let's go through today's stats. So a real beautiful walk today. We did it in a pace of 5.3 kilometers per hour. And we did today's walk in a total of 5 hours and 41 minutes. Day 24 complete. Well, we're on the home stretch now. 24 done. I'm right-handed, by the way. Holding the camera. Day 24 done. We're on day 25. Woo.
He'll have a grizzle about the pain, I'd say, but ultimately, at the end of the day, he'll just push through with it. I know that at times he's been quite crook, and if he's set his mind on something, he'll just work through it. But he'll find somehow mentally to get around that and push through.
Good morning. Day 25. So it's 6:30 a.m. Got up at 5:30 a.m. Got to go to work for 12:30. So trying to get in the 30 kilometers real nice and quick. So for today, I'm going to show you what's in my pack. Everything that I take in my pack and everything that I take on a normal day hike. So all the top 10 essentials. So it should go for about 4 minutes. So feel free to fast forward those 4 minutes and then we get on with the normal challenge. But I hope you enjoy what's in my pack. Okay, so starting up on this end, close to me, I have a first aid kit. Now the first aid kit is waterproof and it is just a little dry bag. Now inside there, I won't load everything out, but it has bandages, snake kits for in case I get bitten by a snake, antiseptic, band-aids, all that kind of really important stuff. In this little wallet here, it has all my pharmaceuticals. So it has painkillers, anti-inflammatories, anything that I may need in case I get injured and I'm in trouble pain-wise. Here I have a shamag. So a shamag is like a large scarf and it has over 100 uses. I have done actually a video in the past on why this is my favorite bit of equipment. So if you want to check that one out, do so. I also carry a spare pair of jocks, some socks, bamboo socks. I love bamboo socks, very nice soft material, and I have a leather strap so I can bind all that together so it doesn't take up too much room. Here I have a rain jacket. It's 120 grams, folds into this pocket, and it can also go on the outside there like that. Really good rain jacket. Here I have an emergency accident blanket, so in case I do get caught out in the night, I can wrap myself up in that. As I mentioned earlier, here is my flick blade that I do carry on myself. Now it does have a fire flint and steel, so I can start a fire if I need to. There we go, we got it going. It also has a torch, has a small compass and a whistle, so extra protection. Also, as I mentioned on myself, I always carry a compass, a really good heavy duty compass, but I do believe it is important to know how to navigate naturally, either by using the sun.
Here I have a really good head torch. It has different modes, red flashing. It also has 3 different light modes there. Here's the 500ml flask that just goes next to my chest. Pen, piece of paper, crayon. I do believe crayons are flammable as well, so I can use that as a fire starter, and in case the pen runs out. I do have a really large 1 litre dry bag in case I need to put my clothes, my wet socks or wet jocks in there. I have spare headphones and headphone rubbers. I have another waterproof bag, so if it was raining, I would put my mobile phone in this bag, and then I would put that in the rain jacket to keep my mobile phone dry. This is a solar panel charger, 5,000 milliwatts, I think it is believed, charges either by solar or by electricity. Moving through this quite quickly, we're running through rope and twine, which is also flammable, and this all weighs nothing. This is like 2-3 grams. Now this is my pride and joy. This is my survival kit. So my survival kit has a range of things. It has waterproof and windproof and stormproof matches, has water purification, it has knife, fire starters, whistles, torches, compass, more fire steels, dry bags, flick blades, everything you would need in a 24-hour emergency. First aid kit in the back, as I said. This all zips up really nice and tight and is made by VanQuest. It also has loop attachments either side, but there's a lot of really handy stuff, a pen, a whistle as well, really handy stuff. Sometimes I might take a trekking pole if I know that it's going to be tough terrain. If it's going to be very cold and wet all day, I will swap this out for a beanie. Oh, well, another day done. I hope you enjoyed that gear load out. I appreciate you having a check out what's in my pack. So today, 5.3 kilometers per hour we did at the walk-in, and we did it in a total of 5 hours and 43 minutes. And yeah, 30 kilometers and 60 meters. Oh, another beautiful day on the trail. Day 25 complete. Let's do day 26. Woo!
Yeah. I can see the power in you, and I know that how determined you are doing this challenge. And because you've been fit, you've been doing a lot of activity and exercise. Not that no one can finish this kind of challenge. I would say that if anyone wants to do it, they can definitely do it. But for you would be definitely yes, because you're fit.
What a beautiful day, blue skies. I absolutely love meditation and yoga and just stretching, and for me walking is that kind of mindfulness, that meditation. And I had a thought of the day. Do you know, if you get rid of the carbon dioxide in your body, if you eliminate that by breathing out, that actually relaxes us mentally and physically. For example, if you're having a panic attack and you start going, that's increasing the carbon dioxide. So that's why we start to panic, because it's like when we're drowning, you have too much, you're not getting in oxygen, you have too much carbon dioxide. So learn some breathing techniques, and remember to deep breathe and relax, practice it. It's really yeah, it's important to controlling the physical body and mind. Day 26 complete. Oh, feeling so good. I'm starting to realize you've got to start feeling comfortable in being uncomfortable in order to
like be able to progress and push through pain and build that resilience and that determination and that dedication and that discipline, which all essentially create our destiny. So being comfortable in being uncomfortable. We did today's pace, 5.1 kilometers per hour, a lot of filming, a lot of just taking in the moment and enjoying it. So 5 hours and 51 minutes. But yeah, really great walk. Day 26 complete. Day 27, and I thought I would share my most perfect, most beautiful, most like place I go to relax. Now it's on my property and I'm going to build a big cabin here as well. So let's go have a look. So I'll put it in point of view mode. So you can see here's a nice fireplace, the table and chairs, and I've also got one over there. And then it just overlooks my property, and I've got the river that comes through here. And that goes all around my property. Here I'm going to build a big cabin. So I want it to have a fireplace in the middle, and I want it to have like really about 6 meters by about 4 meters wide. So really quite large. Obviously have like shelving and some beds in there. But yeah, this is my spot that I come to relax. And I have my video editing table that I built just here as well. Just made out of wood. And yeah, it's really nice just to be able to sit here and edit and relax. All right, let's get on with day 27. So far in the documentary I've been quite philosophical in the sense of, you know, mental thoughts, mental health, how we think, awareness paradigms, you know, transportation, nomadic beings, a lot of stuff. But I haven't really touched on something that I've discovered over 10 years ago, and it was when I started hiking, and it was a sense of place. So if you're struggling with finding, you know, how to think more clearly and to establish a goal, or, you know, eliminate all those things, those negative things, and establish a paradigm, maybe try starting to find a sense of place. Now, everyone has a sense of place. Cavemen had it. It was their cave. But we've conquered the world and we've expanded our horizons. So a sense of place is a location that you go to physically. It can be a particular seat. It can be a particular log. It can be a riverbank. It can be a tree. It can be a place in the city. It can be anywhere where you feel most holistic, most connected with yourself, most confident, most relaxed, clear thinking. It could be the shower, it could be the toilet. But everyone has that place where they identify the best with themselves, mentally, physically, and emotionally, with their awareness. My sense of place, I've just shown you that's my hut down by the river with a fireplace, and it's also the Yarra River where my favorite hike is. So I think if you want to find your sense of self, start by thinking, where's my sense of place? Where do I feel most at ease? And where am I most clear and strong? Oh, what a beautiful walk today. So we did it in a pace of 5.5 kilometers per hour, and we did it in a total of 5 hours and 49 minutes. But we did a little bit more. We did 31 kilometers and 300 meters. And the thought of the day for today is, if you want to be better, it's how you perceive limitations. Oh, this is getting sad. Day 27 complete. Let's bring on day 28. Woo. Day 28. Whoa, it's getting sort of bittersweet. It's coming to the end. Oh, and thought of the day today. Well, first of all, I'm feeling fantastic mentally and both physically, which is really good. So thought of the day today, People change everything. They change their underwear, they change their jobs, they change their education program, they change where they live, they change friends, they change their diet, they change their programs. They're constantly changing things, but they're never changing the way they think. Oh, you gotta love an unscheduled toilet break in the middle of a big 30-kilometre walk. Alrighty, so it ended up getting really hot today, and I ended up taking my jacket off and chucking on some sunscreen, and yeah, we're back home now in my favourite spot. So we finished today in a total of 5 hours and 35 minutes in a moving speed of 5.5 kilometres per hour. So yeah, day 28 complete. Yeah, awesome day on the trail, really enjoyed it. Well, day 28 complete. Bring on day 29. Day 29 of 30, wow. Feeling amazing mentally and physically. Last night was a sleepless night. We had over 120 kilometre winds, and a lot of trees on my property have fallen down into the river. So you can see all the way into there in the back. I'll go to point of view mode again. Big tree. Enjoyed today's walk. We did it in 5 hours and 21 minutes, and we did it at a pace of 5.7 kilometers per hour. So yeah, really pumped and up and about, and yeah, looking forward to tomorrow, and then the evaluations and thoughts and statistics, and yeah, let's get some sleep done. Thoughts and my reflections this morning as I woke up. Well, my mindset has definitely changed, and I'm not going to let things get in my way anymore, whether it's my own thoughts, time constraints, financial constraints. I'm going to always try and push and find another way to achieve what I want in life. As I said at the start of the documentary, don't live the same year 75 times and call it a life. That's 75 times, that's 75 opportunities. Every single day we have 24 hours. Everyone is given the exact same amount of time. Those that achieve greatness and those that are just sitting there thinking about how to achieve greatness. If you're asking too many questions on what shoes do I need, what clothes do I need, what watch do I need, what app do I need, you are never going to achieve what you want in life, because you're asking too many questions and you're not getting out there and just giving it a go and just trying. The first step in life is always the hardest one, but we don't know where in life it's going to take us. Pushing yourself in different ways, changing the way you think, learning about awareness, learning about how my mind is holding me back, what things don't I love. Try them. If I'm scared, if it's raining outside, don't think, oh, it's raining outside, I can't do anything. Get outside in the rain and do something, and you'll realize that what you were thinking inside is completely ridiculous. If you start pushing yourself in ways where you're pushing through that fear and trying things, what's going to happen inside is your subconscious mind is going to grow a thing called resilience and self-discipline and determination. So then next time something difficult and negative in your life comes along, you're going to have that resilience, that determination and that dedication to be able to push through that pain barrier. Because remember, there's a terror barrier there. One, we're living in fear, and one, we're trying to push through that fear. So if you come back to the excuses, you're always going to have excuses. Oh, I have to go to work. Get up at 3 a.m. Do something. Change, have a look at your schedule, move it around. Stop asking questions and get out and try. And remember how beautiful and great you are. You're a beautiful person who has been put on this earth to achieve great things. And feeling sad is a part of life. And it's normal, but it's what you choose to do with that sadness, or it's what you would choose to do with that disability, or it's what you choose to do with that handicap, or it's what you choose to do with your able body to inspire yourself. Inspire yourself and stop worrying about what everyone else thinks. Every day. Wow, that's the end of the hike. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm already starting to think of what will be the next challenge for myself. So I've already got a 100-kilometer walk and then another 100-kilometer walk coming up in March. So I'm doing about 200 kilometers in that week. One's for the Oxfam Trail Walker, that will be my 5th challenge event. And then the Great Aussie Hike, which is a fantastic organisation run by some fantastic people, which is down in Mornington Peninsula. So another 100-kilometre walk there. They also have 60-kilometre and 30-kilometre options as well. But I'm also thinking of doing either 42 kilometres every single day for 42 days, or I'm thinking, so a marathon every day for 42 days, or I'm thinking of and I'm also going to do an ultra marathon. So I'm thinking something to keep pushing myself both physically and mentally. Also, I will be hiking daily, and I'll be doing a hiking video for my YouTube channel, which will be released weekly. So I'll go do overnight hikes weekly and day hikes and film them all, and I'll put them all up on that platform. So, the stats that we took every single day. Let's go through some of the basic ones, some of the averages, and let's see what we get. I slept for a total of 297.5 hours in that whole month. The longest sleep that I had was 11.5 hours, and the shortest sleep that I had was on 6 hours. So the longest sleep was on day 3 and the shortest sleep was on day 22. And I think that was when I had to go to work and then get up and follow on for the walk. The average sleep hours, the average I slept was 9.5 hours. So I was sleeping really good. And I do believe that sleep is very vital for anyone that wants to do anything on a consistent level, especially. So the walking stats themselves. The fastest walk that I did was on day 12, and that was the day that I was in the most pain. Now, I did that in 4 hours and 40 minutes at an average pace of 6.4 kilometers per hour. Now, I don't find that pace strange at all, because if I'm going for a day hike, sometimes I can push up around the 7 kilometers per hour pace. Now, obviously I was trying to push through that pain that day, and that's why I did it really quite fast. The slowest day was on day 20. And I did that in a total of 6 hours and 6 minutes, and that was at a pace of 4.9 kilometers per hour. Now, I remember that day I was down at Gippsland, down at the beach, and I walked from Leongatha all the way to Mignon and back, and that was a beautiful walk. I did lots of photography, lots of talking about what is our purpose that day.
The average pace that I had over the whole 30 days was 5.5 kilometers per hour. And the average duration, so the average length that it took me to do the 30 kilometers was 5 hours and 27 minutes. And guess how many hours I walked in total? 158.32 hours. So 160 hours I walked for in a total of 900 kilometers. So they're the walking stats. All right, the lowest mental health day was day 5, and I had a rating of 3 on that day, and that was the day that I was feeling really alone and isolated, walking for 5 to 6 hours every day by myself. The lowest physical day, oh, some smoke. The lowest rating physically was on day 12. That was the day that I had all the blisters, and my feet and my calves were all burning, and my lower back and my ankles were swollen, and I gave myself a rating of 4 on that day. So it was actually quite early on in the piece. That fire's going nicely. That was quite early on in the piece that my body started getting really sore. So days 1 to 10, I would say, were definitely the hardest, as my body was trying to adjust to what routine it was being thrown, and it was that adjustment. Definitely the last 10 days were the most easiest, both mentally and physically, and that's either because I'm either seeing the end in the finish line. So the total calories I consumed over the month was 61,000 calories. That was an average daily calorie intake of 2,000 calories. The average daily water intake was 3.6 litres, and the total amount of water consumed over the 30 days was 110 litres of water over the 30 days. So daily I was eating things like muesli bars, protein shakes after my walk, spaghetti, burgers with the lot cooked at home, muesli, oats, yummy fruit salads every night. I would try and have a fruit salad at least once a night. So that would just be, apples, oranges, bananas, cut it all up in a bowl, put a little bit of yogurt in there. It was really nice, with some granola and just normal salads as well. So cucumbers, tomatoes, you get the idea. So water, a lot of water, and a lot of just light snacks throughout the day. But this wasn't a food and nutrition documentary. This was a physical and mental challenge for myself. And so I started on 98 kilos, 98.4 kilos, and I finished on 97 kilos. So I lost a total of 1.4 kilos. But as I said, if I was measuring and weighing my food and was really, really strict on it, and I could have gotten that way down, but it wasn't a big thing for me. So there are so many exciting things and opportunities coming around the corner for me. My wife and I are having our first baby boy this January Australia Day weekend. So I'm gonna have a little hiking buddy, and I'll take him on the weekly and daily hiking videos when he's older. So you'll get to see him grow up through the YouTube channel, which will be really good. But got some big challenges, big hiking and running and marathon events coming up. So thank you so much for watching this documentary. I really hope you enjoyed it, you got something out of it, and I hope you're all well and happy hiking.